How do you maintain your prospecting discipline while you're winning big deals? Hey, it's Anthony Iannarino of thesalesblog.com and also youtube.com/Iannarino right here. And I'm also the author of a book called The Only Sales Guide You'll Ever Need. And today I got an email in my inbox from Edward, and Edward writes to tell me that he is killing it. He's got 4 enormous deals that he's won. I think the last one is just coming up to the finish line right now. And he's already beyond his quota this year, and it's just the beginning of February, so he's absolutely killing it. But he knows he has a problem, and he's introspective and self-aware enough to say that he has this problem. He asks, how do you maintain prospecting while you're in the middle of winning big deals? And so he recognized he's lost the prospecting discipline. And let me tell you what happens to salespeople when you've got big deals in your pipeline. For many of us, we get this egg, and then we're like a mother hen, and we sit on that egg, and we want to keep it warm and make sure that it hatches. And so you're a mother hen. You've got these deals, you want to take care of them, and so everything else is outside of your awareness and you're not doing anything about it. The problem with that is that while you're worried about these deals, your pipeline is getting emptier and emptier and emptier as you close a deal. And the longer you go without prospecting, the more critical prospecting becomes because you've fallen behind. And the way that sales works is that we plant seeds in the spring and then we harvest in the fall, and it's always spring. So we're always planting seeds, always planting seeds. But if you get wrapped around the axle and you think, well, I've got this big deal that I have to take care of, it's kind of a psychological problem here because you're fooling yourself. It's a little bit of a self-delusion. Most of the time when you're winning a big deal, there are massive gaps of time between one visit or one meeting or one outcome and the next. So maybe you have this big presentation meeting, the presentation goes great, you schedule a follow-on meeting. Between now and that follow-on meeting, you don't have to sit on that deal and just take care of it. There's lots of other things you can do. Or maybe you send your contract over, it goes to their legal department, there's nothing for you to do while that's going on, so you go back to prospecting. And I think that for a lot of us, you've got that big deal and you think, I'm working this deal so I'm safe and I really need to make sure I win. And you don't want to divert your attention to something else, but you need to, because prospecting is the lifeblood of selling and it's the lifeblood of sales organizations. So you always have to prospect. Here's what I would tell you, Edward, if I were in your situation, how I would think about this. There's 2 ways that people tend to stack their work when they're really successful like you are. There are some people who come in and say, I'm going to start with my hottest deals and I'll do the next action on each one of those, and then I'll move down to warmer deals, and then I'll go to cold prospecting and nurturing after I do all that. That's never worked for me, and I see it fail a whole bunch of people because while you're working the hot deals and you're working your way down, you lose the will and the discipline to prospect. And the longer you go without prospecting, the harder it is to get back on that horse and start again. The other way to stack your work is to say, I'm going to come in every day and I'm going to do the coldest prospects first. I'm going to call my dream clients. I'm going to make cold calls. I'm going to send emails. I'm going to get on LinkedIn. I'm going to ask for referrals. I'm going to do that for the first hour. And then after I get done with that, then I'll go to the hot deals. And what you're doing is setting the workload up this way is to say, I'm always planting. I plant in the morning first thing every day like a farmer. Before the sun's up, I'm planting. And then I don't have to worry about the harvest because I plant every single day. What's going to happen to Edward now is he's going to have an empty pipeline because he's winning 4 deals. And let's say he has a 50% win rate. He now needs to create 8 new opportunities. Let's say he has a 25% win rate. He needs to create 16 new opportunities. That's the way that this works. So he's going to need a lot of prospecting. And the longer you go without that, the more difficult it is. So always be planting. And the way to can maintain your prospecting discipline is put it first every day. Just put it first every day. You'll feel better and your results will demonstrate your discipline provides the outcomes that you want. I'm Anthony Iannarino, and this is Everyday. Do hit the subscribe button down there so that you can be with me every day. And in the meantime, go out and visit me at thesalesblog.com. While you're there, do sign up for the Sunday newsletter, my best work, in your inbox every Sunday. I'm Anthony Iannarino. This is Everyday, and I will see you tomorrow.